the 19th century, the vast majority of photos were shot with the now legendary Petzval lens. Photos shot with a Petzval are immediately recognisable for their super sharp centres and wonderful swirly bokeh effect in the background. The distinctive look of these photos is near impossible to achieve using Photoshop and filters. For this Kickstarter project, we are reinventing the Petzval lens for 21st century photographers. It doesn't matter whether you shoot analog or digital, the brand new Lomography Petzval portrait lens is designed to work with both Canon EF and Nikon F mount cameras. So why are we bringing the lens back 2 centuries after it was first created? Well, the original Petzval lens was designed in order to work with cameras manufactured in the 19th century. It's extremely hard to find a Petzval lens today which works well with smaller format cameras and produces the same unique effect, and the Petzval lenses you do find are usually defective because of their age. That's why we set ourselves the exciting challenge to produce a brand new Petzval lens for the 21st century. The lenses are crafted from brass, just like the original Petzval lens was, and they look amazing when connected to your SLR camera. Each lens is produced in Russia by Zenit, a company steeped in tradition and famed for their skill in developing high-quality optical equipment. The team at Zenit have redrawn, recalculated and remeasured the original 1840 Petzval lens to make it work with a whole host of modern cameras. In reinventing the Petzval, we have had to re-engineer the optics of the original lens and make them work with modern SLR cameras, while still retaining the effects that have made the original Petzval famous. To give some background to the Petzval story, when the first analog camera was introduced in 1839, it used a lens designed by Charles Chevalier. Chevalier's lens was hugely important, but it did have some problems. It had a slow, small aperture of f/15. This meant that even in bright sunlight, exposures could take 10 minutes or even more.
Joseph Petzval was a professor of mathematics at the University of Vienna, and just 1 year after Chevalier produced his lens, in 1840, Petzval created a rival lens design. In contrast to the slow performance of the Chevalier lens, Petzval's design allowed for a much faster speed at f/3.6. The original Petzval lens was a truly revolutionary invention. The speed and performance of Petzval's design was especially well suited for portrait shooting and helped give birth to commercial photography as we know it. We already have a first working sample of the new Petzval lens and are very excited by the results, but we need your support to take the project further. By backing us, you'll help finalise the lens design and fund the first production of new lenses in Russia. Together we can bring back this fantastic lens optic for a whole new generation of photographers and filmmakers.
So I'm Daniel. I'm a mechanical engineer and I design and manufacture my own products, and I've got several products for sale already on the market.
And my name's Jake Snowden. I'm a documentary filmmaker, touching in on the narrative filmmaking as well. Daniel recently came to me looking for a Kickstarter video for one of his products, and in return I needed him to help me get some camera equipment because all of it is so absurdly expensive.
Really wanted to have a follow focus, but one that you didn't need a fancy rig and the rail system, that you could use it on a tripod, or you could use it by hand, or you could use it on a DIY rig. I came up with a design that we're calling the focus shifter.
It's the lens shifter.
Focus shifter.
The lens shifter sounds better.
It's a whatever, camera penis, whatever you.
We'll let y'all decide. It is a follow focus that can attach to any lens that you put on your camera. It goes from the cheap 50mm 1.8 that everyone seems to be getting for $100 up to the 70 to 200mm, and we even made it large enough to fit on prosumer cameras.
And it's really simple to use. You unscrew it and open it up until it's big enough to fit over, and then you slip it over your lens and then tighten it down.
One of the great things about the lens shifter is the available marker board, which you can attach right under your lens as well. Still no need for any other equipment. And you can create your marks for your focus points. You can just mark right on the board, And with the nifty arrow on the lens shifter, you can see exactly where your focus points are. So you can pull focus very smoothly and easily. The other nice thing about it is it makes it a lot easier to pull your focus, in the sense that instead of having to grab the ring and torque your hands like this, you can just grab the knob and pull it, and it slides within your fingers. So your hand doesn't ever have to get into any uncomfortable positions trying to find your focus.
We make high quality products here, all made here in the USA, and we have the equipment to manufacture these in low volume, and right now we need to make larger quantities of these, which will require them to be made in plastic using injection molding and some machine components, and then we'll be doing all the assembly here as we do with our other products.
We want a professional product that is low cost and doesn't require anything extra other than the lens shifter itself. We want you to be a part of the lens shifter.
Focus shifter.
Whatever it's called.
Or vote for focus shifter.
Hello Kickstarters. No matter where you take your pictures, if you own an SLR camera, you have to find a place to store the camera's lens cap. This can be a challenge at times. I've lost 2 caps before I decided to solve this problem with this patent-pending solution. I didn't want to modify any parts of the camera or have the lens cap dangling below the camera body. Instead, I created a buckle that threads onto the neck strap. A cylindrical recess in the body of the buckle allows the lens cap to be securely attached in a similar fashion to fitting the lens cap onto the lens. I've made 4 machine prototypes to perfect the design. I've been using the final design now for 2 months and love it. Now I need your help. I'm working with a company named Protomold. They'll make the plastic injection molds and manufacture lens cap holders in their US facility. I've set a $3,900 reserve, which will pay for 2 molds, one 52mm lens cap holder that will fit most Nikon, Pentax, and Fujifilm SLR cameras, and one 58mm lens cap that will hold most Canon SLR cameras. You may choose either size when you pledge. Thank you for watching my video. If you're interested, read through the facts, visit my website, and please pledge to get this project on your camera. Thank you.